Yes, I know, I take these long breaks between making gaming videos, but I am back and I am making a video, which I always seem to put on all my videos lately. Anyways, for the 334 or so of you who are subscribed and the 30 to 50 to 100 of you who might probably watch this video, welcome back. What are we looking at today? Well, we're looking at a World of Warships game playthrough. This is on the new missions map. This is the operations, I should say. This is the second one, the Aegis version, which has only been out this week. And I gotta say, I'm not. Well, I've only played 2 of these, so I'm not trying to say that this is like best case playback. But I thought I would feature this game because I'm in the Leander. I did pretty well. I believe I came in like 2nd overall on the team. So and we're gonna do well in this one. So let's go ahead and just get into the gameplay though. Heading north in the Leander, because I noticed that the transports spawn in way up in the north, and I want to get kind of a flanking position. Now, unfortunately, either when the first game I played or or they changed the algorithms or the programming of this, but the first time I played this, I'm going to get a little caught out here because I didn't realize this next event was about to happen. But we're kind of keeping ourselves a bit stealthy here, trying to get some shots potentially on these Tier 4 Japanese battleships, the Ishizukis. And we go ahead and take a shot there on the first one. If you're not familiar with Leander's guns, they are these kind of semi-armor-piercing rounds. So you want to aim at things like the superstructure there. You can see I did like 3k damage almost on that first round. Unfortunately, this one was poorly aimed. I actually managed to still do 3.2, but yeah, that was just on the fantail there. And then, of course, this one's not going to do anything. And I'm veering to avoid their shots, which luckily I do. Oh, they're firing HE. So the Leander is a powerful ship for these operations because I think what I'm about to demonstrate is that they can operate fairly well independently of the group. You can see I do have a destroyer and a cruiser there behind me. But the cruiser, I'm not sure what happens to the destroyer, but the cruiser is not going to last. He must probably take the brunt of the closing ship's fire. Unfortunately, I'm having to, when I smoke here, I'm having to actually use him as a spotter or the destroyer. The destroyer actually is turning away from these guys. I'm not sure the destroyer isn't the Mayhan. We have a Mayhan, which is a bot, and I think we have another, either a Fubuki or something. Not a Fubuki, yeah, maybe a Fubuki on our team as well. And there's also a Shores in this that is a AI captain. You have to kind of protect him and make sure nothing bad happens to him. But we're leading off here with some Kuma shots, and I fired off a few torpedoes there. Hopefully that might get him. Judging from these torpedo drops, as you're about to see, these AI will respond very well to torpedoes. So you'll probably want to group your shots a little more closely than I did and not allow them the wiggle room that this guy gets to essentially get at him. But we did get a couple citadels on him there, which is nice. He's turning into our torpedoes. Just going to make it a little harder to hit him, actually. At least we're getting decent spotting on those guys, and now they've disappeared again. We're having to wait until people come in and around our smoke. But as you can see, that cruiser next to me, he has perished. Another 3 citadels, which is nice, and we go ahead and kill the Kuma for our first kill. And 31,000 damage, so... Now again, I wasn't planning on this. I wanted to be up north to intercept these transport escorts that will come along, the Liberty ship escorts. There are Liberty ships being escorted, I guess, by enemy ships. But yeah, it didn't work out that way with these 4 or 5, actually, group of 5 ships that were coming down. I noticed on a replay that Jingles did earlier that they were just cruisers in his group, but I've got a couple of these battleships, actually 2 of these battleships. So the fur talk, my smoke has ended. For some reason, this was actually recorded on a PC, which I did not have the smoke timer turned on, and I'm kind of through this whole battle going, oh, smoke timer, where is it? So unfortunately, it did not show up for me. And again, a couple more citadels. We're up to about, is it 11? Yeah, 11 citadels so far this game. That could have been bad. There was some AP into my side, but luckily it was just the Kuma. And but I need to get forward motion here. A little bit have to dodge these torpedoes. Now I'm not sure. I've got smoke coming up in 20 seconds, and I can't use it yet. But I know I can do maybe a little bit of a maneuver here to try to try to do as much damage as I can to these Japanese battleships. Probably not expecting to survive this, to be honest, although they're not really aiming at me. They're still aiming pretty far away. That's one thing you can count on with the AI, is they won't always be aiming at you, even when they probably should be. That's the one kind of, well, one of the things to play against them. The other thing is I've noticed, of course, human players will target smoke clouds, and for the most part, the AI will just ignore you in smoke. So that's also good. Now, of course, it's just part of the algorithm. They could eventually fix that. Hoping to get this kill on this last BB, but nope, someone's going to get it from me. Now, we're up to 116,000 damage. We've killed 3 ships, 18 citadels, and here's where we're going to have to go against some of these cruisers that I wanted to be. See, I wanted to kind of be up there closer to them initially when they popped out, be able to deploy my smoke and so forth. But I did make this error. I really should have used my smoke at some point here. You know, I am able to kind of snake my way up on the Furataka here. Again, he's not aiming at me. His teammate behind him is, or his AI mate. Now he is aiming at me, so he kind of shifts back and forth. That seems to be what they do. They tend to shift back and forth on targets. They don't focus people. Although he's going to focus me now because I'm so close. One more citadel there. And I don't want to turn full side on him to give him broadside shots at the Leander. Leander's not a strong ship armor-wise, but you can tank shots to the front pretty well. You know, just took 1,000 damage there, but he's taking way more damage to mine. Now, go ahead and I want to get my torpedoes out on him, but I'm going to go ahead instead and just try to citadel him to death. But he just, the last few shots here just seem to kind of want to hang on, you know. I'm not getting the kind of damage I needed to really do away with him quickly. But I've still got most of my health, and I have just used my repair. Well, I used my repair a bit ago, and I've also used, I think I put out a fire earlier. Now that is going to cost me, because this guy just got a significant hit on me with HE. I'm going to be able to drop torps on this guy. But again, I should have used my smoke on these 2 people way back, and they would have been able to kill them from smoke and not face any of their fire, because this fire, the one he just set on me, in conjunction with a little bit of help from the Miyoko here in a couple seconds, is going to do me in. No repair, no heal left, and that, you know, that knocked me down significantly with this fire going. Don't know why I didn't turn in more to the Miyoko. I'm trying to slow down to smoke. And I think I do deploy my smoke here, but he's got incoming shots. I'm down to 900 health anyways. I was going to burn out from the fire. So that was it for me. So 178,000 damage, though. Not bad. 28 citadels, 102 regular, actually 106 there towards the end. I'm just going to pan around to play out the rest of the game because there are a few interesting things in here. But like I said, the reason I'm not high in this game because I think it was fantastic work on my part. You know, 5 kills, 180,000 damage. I think you could do a lot more in these. I think the sheer amount of ships. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at some point seeing somebody does like 15 kills in one of these games if there are actually 15 ships in the game to kill. But I believe there are. So you know, you might see some really titanic results from some of these operations. But I did want to feature this because it does kind of show some of the properties of the AI and how they play. So the next component of this is, after now we've dealt with these cruisers that were escorting the Liberty ships are going to kind of mix in with us and make a break towards the anchor mark over there on the east. Now, if they, as far as I can understand, if they get to that mark, not all of them, but if even some of them get to that mark, you have then escorted transport ships out of the action zone. So you don't have to escort all of them, you just have to escort at least one of them. So the game is going to end at that point. That's something to keep in mind. Now, the next part, obviously, they destroy enemy carriers. There must be 3 enemy carriers out there, and there are. I've actually seen more than that. I think there, in another game, I could have sworn we had more. So depending on your tier levels of your team, I think you potentially could get 4 carriers. I want to say that were in one of the other games I was in, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe that was only the one other game I played of this. So, and then the Shores is the other mission, which the Shores is, I think, fairly decent health right now. So I'm just going to kind of focus in on my team here and what they're doing. Dodging a lot of torpedoes from these carriers. There are, again, 3 of them, so you can see quite a few incoming planes. And this is where the Cleveland, potentially you can see the Cleveland starting to shred some of these squadrons and can do a nice job with air, anti-air. I believe he shreds this whole, actually, our friendly carrier, which is on our team, actually. He was able to get most of those guys before they even got within range of the Cleveland. The Liberty ships will dodge the torpedoes fairly well. You can see, you know, them kind of moving around, dodging. And then there's this group of cruisers and a battleship over here and a destroyer that basically are here to kind of put pressure on the Liberty ships getting to the extraction point. So that's something to keep in mind. You don't want them just, you know, running right up to the anchor point and potentially killing every Liberty ship, because the Liberty ships do not have a lot of health and they will not take a lot of hits before they're dead. So anyway, we're starting to kind of get organized. We're focusing now on Zuho. He's got about 8,000 health left. You can see the enemy carriers don't move around a lot. They seem to kind of move in response to fire. In other words, if they see incoming torpedoes, they move. If they are under fire, they move. That kind of thing. But otherwise, they will kind of sit still, just like a human player, ironically. They will sit still in one spot and. In fact, they will sometimes sit still in one spot even when they're spotted. It doesn't seem until they need the incoming fire essentially to have to be there too. I'm wondering if I have sound on this now. I think I do actually. I'm not sure why the sound isn't playing on this thingy, but it's not. Alright, so I just noticed that after looking up. I don't have any sound in this replay the whole time, but anyway, I don't think I need it. Alright, so now I'm just showing you that the Ryuho is here. I don't know where we've already killed 2 of the carriers. We must have killed another carrier with torpedoes or something early on, and maybe the carrier got him, and I didn't see that result. But yeah, it's we've already killed 2 of the carriers, so we'll only kill 1 more carrier and essentially get 1 of those Liberty ships. You can see they're getting close. They're getting close to the extraction point. Then again, so is that Furataka, so my teammates need to be a little concerned about this. This Mitsuki drops torpedoes about 9 kilometers away from Ryuho, and I'm pretty sure the Mitsuki's torpedo range is not 9+ kilometers, so yeah. So these are going to die, but you will notice as the torpedoes get closer, and the carrier obviously come into within the carrier's range, he immediately starts moving forward. Even though potentially the AI or the game knows that they can't reach him, he still starts to move. So it's interesting they built that in, that, you know, he just has to see them and he'll respond. Again, the system knows that the torpedoes are not going to be able to reach him, but they're not giving that information to the AI to react to. Otherwise, he probably would have just stood still. But again, he's stopped now. Now that there's not under any fire threat, no one's targeting him. So by targeting, I assume, and by also them seeing incoming torpedoes, they will react. And to some degree, the ships do the same thing. Obviously, it's just part of the algorithm. So something to keep in mind, anyways. You can pretty much almost count on them. Maybe once they're. It seems like once they're under fire, they're moving. Like, see, he's starting to move forward. Actually, yeah, he is. So it's not just being targeted, obviously, because clearly if you targeted them, you'd see them move forward as you're getting ready to fire. But these torpedoes are also coming as well. Now these probably would have had distance to reach, I think, but I didn't stay on there long enough to find out. And then we have some incoming torpedoes on the Liberty ships, but they're entering the circle, and boom, yeah, completed. That was a 5-star completion, by the way. So unfortunately, I didn't think I would be highlighting this, to be honest, because it was, again, a good, decent showing, but not a Titanic showing. But anyways, I'll throw some screenshots of stuff up at the end here. So you can see, though, 5 stars, won it, died midway through the battle. And still, I did come in, I believe, I want to say second on the team. No, there is no World of Warships upload service. Too bad there's no World of Warships upload service that's giving us the end screens. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm not sure why they haven't done that. I mean, the darn World of Tanks replay sites were up almost immediately. Why has no one thought to make a World of Warships replay site? I guess I'll look for one and see if I can find one. And maybe if there are, then I'll stick those up. But yeah. Anyways, so, well, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found something useful in it. Again, I would definitely recommend the Leander, as much as people are talking up some of the other ships like the Cleveland. Yeah, I just don't think so. The Leander, because if you use premium smoke, and you've got a decent captain, and you've got the extra smoke with you, and the premium smoke gives you another smoke, basically, you've got 30 seconds or maybe 40 seconds or so between being unseen. So you can move around, and if you're picking good positions and not allowing but watching for your allies to say be behind you where you might get incoming torpedoes, and of course you have Hydro, which you can use a lot of the time too, and if you use premium Hydro, then the downtime between that is very. So essentially what I'm saying here is Leander for the win, because and I've been putting that in a lot of my comments, because clearly it is a decent ship. It has repair and heal. Now that we don't have an operations map like the first one where there's no heal, even though I think that heal was pretty sucky, you can definitely get some of your health back. You can't do that with the Cleveland. You can't do that with the Aoba. And yes, people do have a problem with the AP only of the Leander, but if you use it right, I think I've demonstrated in this battle that using it properly, getting your aim down to the point where you can do significant damage, even hitting superstructure, you will basically turn the ship into a killing machine. It is a very underrated ship in the game, along with the Fiji, along with most of the other higher end British cruisers. So yeah, try it, give it a shot. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Thanks for being a subscriber. Subscribe if you're not, and all that stuff, and we'll see you next time.